Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. Also, going to do a bit of an Oilers rundown for you here tonight. Had some trade talk that I wanted to go over from earlier tonight from Insider Trading, but let's start with the game first and foremost. The Edmonton Oilers, unfortunately, do not play La Bamba tonight, suffering their third straight loss, beginning a three-game road trip against the New York Islanders tonight. It did not go well. The New York Islanders taking down the Edmonton Oilers 3-1 tonight. The Oilers started this game really well. Leon Draisaitl with his 13th from Warren Foegele and Matthias Ekholm opened the scoring. But in the second period, the New York Islanders completely took it over, scoring 3 unanswered to take the game 3-1. The basic game story tonight was special teams. The Edmonton Oilers got nothing going on the power play. The New York Islanders picking up 2 power play goals and a short-handed goal. Overall, the Oilers going 0 for 4 on the night. The New York Islanders 2 for 4. And yeah, after an 8-game winning streak where it finally looked like this team was clicking, things were going well, they're now on a 3-game losing streak. So it's, I guess, 8 steps forward, 3 steps back right now. Head coach Chris Knobloch changed up the lines coming into tonight. That dominant first line of Nuge, Hyman, and McDavid split up. And the results obviously weren't there. Don't know if we can blame it completely on lineup changes, but I think we all didn't like seeing guys split up when they're really rolling. I know the Oilers wanted to get Draisaitl going, and scoring that early goal was obviously a great sign, but a lot of the night, the Oilers, especially on the power play, tried so hard to feed Leon Draisaitl so many times, and the pass just was never there, and it was just so frustrating to watch. This team that had looked so good on the power play was just horrible tonight, as Chase points out there in the comments, and the penalty kill that the Oilers had been really dominant on was just simply not there tonight, giving up 2 power play goals to the Islanders, and the Islanders coming in, I believe I heard it was the worst power play team or the worst penalty kill. I can't remember whichever one it was, but they didn't look bad on either one tonight. So King asking what the final score was. Yeah, it was 3-1 for the Islanders tonight. So yeah, it was just another bad game for the Oilers overall. Just completely unacceptable at this point, especially coming off back-to-back losses. That very first loss against Tampa Bay to start this streak, we can put that down to goaltending. The Oilers probably deserved to win that game, but these last 2, the Oilers just did not do enough. The New York Islanders, they had 23 blocked shots tonight. They out-hit the Oilers 25-9. They just completely outplaying the Oilers in every facet. The only areas where the Oilers came out ahead were in faceoffs, 52% on the faceoff dot compared to the Islanders at 47%, and obviously outshooting the Islanders 31-20. The Oilers usually seem to outshoot their opponents. I mean, they've got all these offensive guys and they're shooting constantly, but a high shot total doesn't usually bring about much success here for the Oilers. We find when they actually get a lot of shots is usually when they lose. So, I mean, just not getting enough done here. These last 2 losses, 1 goal each out of the last 2 games. We all know the Oilers need a goaltender. I'm not going to blame too much of this on Stuart Skinner tonight. When the Oilers only managed 1 goal, it really wouldn't have done a whole lot if Skinner could have saved 1 or 2 more. I mean, ideally, yes, but tonight the Oilers just did not have enough going, and it was another frustrating one to watch. The Oilers were trying to force plays that weren't there. Sorokin was strong when he had to be, and after a 1-0 lead after 1 period, this team just let it slip away once again. So they've got 2 games left here before Christmas. They dropped to 13-15-1 after this game. I guess the best we can hope for now is if they can put a couple wins together and at least get back to 500 before Christmas, but it's going to take a much better effort than they gave tonight got to get that power play back going, have to get that penalty kill back going. You cannot give up a shorthanded goal, 2 power play goals. It's just a complete recipe for disaster. The Oilers can usually be counted upon to win the special teams battle, and they completely lost it here tonight, which more or less cost them the hockey game tonight. So hopefully they can get that back going against the New Jersey Devils on Thursday. Won't be surprised to see Calvin Pickard probably get the call for that game. It's a back-to-back with the Devils on Thursday, Rangers on Friday. I imagine the Oilers probably want to get Pickard one more start here before the Christmas break, so we'll see what happens. And, of course, Pickard had the big 4-1 win over the Devils last time out, so will not be surprised to see Pickard get Thursday and then probably Skinner back in on Friday. So I also want to go over some Oilers news tonight. That's basically the rundown on the game there. On insider trading, Darren Dreger was mentioning that Philip Broberg is most likely going to be used as a sweetener in a Jack Campbell trade. We know the Oilers are trying to move both guys right now. I mean, ideally they'd want to hang on to Philip Broberg, but it doesn't sound like there's a future there. Broberg has been looking better with the Bakersfield Condors, finally getting some playing time there. And the Oilers have to find some way to sweeten a Jack Campbell trade, and Philip Broberg is the kind of guy that probably could push a trade like that over the finish line. We'll see what happens. Obviously, it wouldn't just be Campbell and Broberg. The Oilers would probably have to give up another first-round pick or another high prospect to get it going, but we'll see what happens there. That's kind of the latest. Tonight is the NHL trade freeze comes into effect, and I believe that's until December 28th, I want to say. Just let me double check there. I think I have that saved. I do not. But anyway, I believe it is December 28th when the NHL trade freeze lifts. So there'll be no trades as of midnight tonight for the Oilers. I don't imagine we're going to see anything go down tonight. I'd be pretty shocked if that happens. So I think most teams would want to keep the status quo here, until after Christmas. But I think in January is when we are finally going to see the Oilers acquire a goaltender. They can probably get through January with Skinner and Picard, but come February, they're definitely going to need another goaltender that can spell off Skinner more than Pickard's been doing. So January should be when we finally see a goaltender trade. Likely Jack Campbell moved on at that point, unless the Oilers can find a way to bring in a goaltender and possibly keep Campbell down in the AHL. But I don't see any future right now for Jack Campbell with the Edmonton Oilers. I saw someone in there was asking how Campbell was doing. Not well at all right now with the Bakersfield Condors. So he got pulled the other night. In his last game. So yeah, it's time for Ken Holland to step up and get something done here. And January should be when we finally see that goaltender trade go down, and hopefully a couple other moves for the Edmonton Oilers here before the trade deadline to try to get this team going. It was an 8-game winning streak, now a 3-game losing streak, and the Oilers are going to risk blowing all the goodwill that they've managed to gain here over the past few weeks if they don't get this back going again. So, like I said earlier, 2 games to go here before the Christmas break. If the Oilers can at least try and find a way to win both those games, close out here on a positive note, get back to 500, that would be absolutely massive. So I'll wrap it up there for tonight, guys, but just wanted to let you know all the latest news there. That's my game rundown. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Have a good night, Tyson. Take care, guys.